That's pretty cool.
It was it is a simple and entirely reasonable way to do that, and it looks like we're off.
Yes, and we are on the normal logic, if we recall correctly.
Yes, we are on V10 something normal, we believe.
Yeah, V10 normal. So everyone going to start out in Super Metroid, go to the left. Where do you think everyone's going to go first? You think we're going to see
we think they're gonna split, and one person's gonna go down, and the other's gonna Yep. Wow, did you see that parlor fall from antinomy?
Yeah, that was insane.
That was a perfect parlor fall.
And
chained
Wesker
in
right
with
behind him.
And that was chained in with a cargo through the Ripper, which was in the way.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. First item up for bid's gonna be a small key and a 5
spot.
Yep.
So let's see how long it takes for these runners to blow up 2 worlds.
Yes, that is the goal of the game for Super Metroid, is to just blow everything up, from bosses to Ceres Station to the planet.
And in Link to the Past, the goal is to blow up the Dark World.
Yes. Tree Pool is going to be fairies for whichever tier that was, and bombs for sloaters. We do know there's 3 tiers. Oh, sloaters.
And that's a very early heart.
Getting
third try
backup, third try backup deboost, and power bombs are ready for AG. So, and just more power bombs on the Aggle Edge.
Power bombs are a really, really good find this early.
Absolutely. We were watching a match, commentating a match last night actually, where based on routing and picking up power bombs actually helped determine how the overall entire match went. So power bombs super important to find early. Did not see what the mushroom item was, unfortunately, but Sloaters did pick it up, so it was definitely worthwhile to go get.
Yeah, but supers this early are also really important, because you never know whether that could theoretically be the only supers. And beyond that, you really do want to pick up every super so you can Mother Brain. It looks like AG is hula henning.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4 down the pit.
Alright, looks like antinomy heading on over to Link to the Past, as well as Wesker. Really having no other option. They do still need to find that Morph Ball to really progress, or Speed Booster or Screw Attack would also get them some progression, but Morph Ball is going to be a really key item to get really anywhere in Super Metroid.
With the 4 portals around, you'd be surprised at how far you can get with that Morph Ball.
Yeah, it's possible, we think, to have Morph down in Fire Fleet, isn't it? And Lower North Air due to that?
Yeah, we believe so.
Yeah.
It's also possible to morph at Croc Crumble Shaft.
Ooh, and Water Toes over there for antinomy, and Wesker both at the Light World Swamp area thing, the dam area. Oh.
It looks like the sentient bush is just single rupees.
Yeah. Alright, so not a whole lot in the way of major items in CAC so far, except for the hammer. Sloaters did pick that up, so that's actually really huge.
That is huge.
Yeah, that's actually really huge.
And hookshot.
Wow, okay, so we stand corrected. CAC is just absolutely an awesome place to be early on.
That is loaded CAC.
Yeah. And it was just supers at the mushroom item, so... Alright, so the hobo under the bridge for antinomy, once he gets there, we'll see what he's holding as his fortune. Ooh, Morph Ball for Antinomy. All right.
Morph Ball.
Yeah, so we'll see if, like, he's obviously going to communicate that to Sloaters, as it is the co-op, for the 2v2. We'll see if Sloaters beats Feet all the way down there and, or explores a little bit more and Link to the Past first.
It's gonna be interesting to see which one of them. And Antinomy is going to Sanctuary, which means that Antinomy is probably going to be doing the Link to the Past side.
Yeah. We did not see what was at, the library, though, unfortunately.
That was Plasma at the race game.
And Sloaters
are definitely going to go back for that.
Or not?
What?
No? Okay.
That was Plasma, right?
Super's at library. Okay, that's what we thought it was. We just weren't sure and didn't want to commit. Because, you know. We didn't want to look like an idiot.
We're actually... That was Plasma, right?
We didn't see what was at the race game. We were looking at Wesker's screen.
We are astonished that Sloaters would not have gone. If that was Plasma, we would be astonished if Sloaters did not go for it. Oh, he has only one bomb, that's why.
Isn't that all he needs to get through the wall and over there?
Mini Moldorm. If you use the bomb there, then you don't have any leftover for Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, but you need at least 3 to get through Mini Moldorm Cave, because you have...
Yeah, hookshot.
They do have hookshot. Oh! Yeah, to get in there, though. You're right, you're right. So, AG and Wesker cleaning up Kakariko right now. We've seen those items already. So, hookshot and hammer for them both.
So the next question is, when are they going back to when are they going back to Super Metroid?
Well, there's definitely still a lot left that you can explore in Link to the Past. But we think you'd want to get back to Super Metroid fairly soon because you've got already Morph Ball, Power Bombs, and you can get a lot of places there, including killing Kraid at this point. So
yeah, so it's actually interesting that neither of them have gone back to Super Metroid yet.
Alright, so Wesker heading to the, going through the race game right now. And yeah, that is indeed Plasma, so he'll be picking that up. He'll be picking that trash up.
A match with 4 Super Metroid players.
Yeah, Sloaters, AG, Wesker, and Antinomy are all, we believe all Super Metroid mains. Sloaters heading into the Ice Rod Cave. And finding just a big 20, so that's going to be really important. It's super helpful in a 2v2 co-op to where one person can go down there and tell the other person, you know, whether they need to or don't need to go down there, because that is kind of a time sink to walk all the way over there early on.
Sloaters don't have a Morph Ball yet, so that means the Sloaters has to do the
hobo
flipper run.
And Wesker heading up to the castle. His weapon is the hammer. It does tempered sword damage, for those of you that did not know that.
Weapon-wise, they got really lucky to find all that in CAC.
Absolutely. And looking like, yeah, chat's saying that the stun prize is full magic, so that's going to be pretty important going forward. That is pretty huge.
Sloaters has his Morph Ball, so we could see Super Metroid very soon.
AG about to find his morph ball.
Now we are curious which one of AG and Whisker is going to go back to Super Metroid first.
That is a good question.
And it looks like we are about to get a ledge check. Oh, and... Oh, they have flippers, so they can just do this.
Yeah.
They did find power bombs a while ago.
Just a bottle with some green goop and a missile at the waterfall. And Wesker coming down into the dungeon. We'll see if he sets up for a death warp here. Gotta be careful with that green guard. He can be pretty oppressive if you get
No, it looks like he's not setting up for a death warp.
Yeah. He's just gonna get his big key and... just gonna find a nope tank. So important to note that reserve tanks can be factored into hell runs. We're not quite sure how much how many the casual logic requires, but we know the tournament hard logic requires 5, and that can be between E-tanks and reserve tanks. So.
We don't believe that casual logic requires any hell runs at all.
Right then.
So we found Morph Ball very, very early. So it's very interesting that all 4 of them are still linked to the past.
Hell runs are not in the normal logic at all, confirmed by Elm. Alright, thank you, Elm. Antinomy gonna give Sloaters just an E-tank there. We're always honestly rooting for the sick kid to hand out Spazer Beam. Which would have been really fantastic had the sick kid handed it to Antinomy. That would have been pretty meta for us.
One day it will happen.
And we hope we were commentating that match. Also, fun fact about this match, apparently it's our first elimination match. So. And Sloater's going back over to pick up his plasma beam.
That is a neat tracker. The tracker only lists charge and ice beam because those are the only relevant beams for progression.
Did Sloaters happen to go check the ledge at all, or did he just chuck deuces after the waterfall?
We believe we saw him heading over to the ledge.
We're about to find out what it is. Oh, it's just an arrow upgrade. And looks like we're going to find out what Zora is as well, because AG's got the cash for it.
Yep, they definitely have power bombs. Did Sloaters check Agina?
No. We didn't see him walk in there.
Ledge first, then.
Yeah. Right, so Zora, will he hold life lessons or something valuable?
It looks like Antinomy is doing Super Metroid.
And
unfortunately, only has 5 power bombs, so this is going to be an interesting adventure.
And Zora only holding a piece of heart, so for 500 rupees, you don't even get Zora's
That is
cool
Quake.
heart.
First item in Super Metroid, other than the first 2. And Quake.
And Wesker back in Link to the Past in Super Metroid as well. Looks like AG is also heading there. We certainly agree with this call at this point. You do have all the items you really need.
Solvers!
Very nice.
that is solvers.
But you do have really all the items you need to make a lot of progress here in Super Metroid, so we definitely think this is the right call here.
And look at that, AG and Wesker are splitting up, managing to split up, despite both doing Super Metroid.
We do like, though, that Sloaters is staying in Link to the Past to check all those kind of out-of-the-way checks.
Oh yeah, we absolutely love the that they're splitting up into 2 games.
Yeah. Just a question in chat, we have not seen a map check yet, no. Or if they did flash it, we just happened to miss it.
It looks like we're going to see a Sahasrara check. And Eastern. And we're also going to get to see checks over here. Blue Rin. Including Billy Mays.
Ooh,
Speed booster. That is actually really, really good because that saves you a power bomb.
Yeah.
For Billy Mays.
And we wouldn't be surprised if we saw, like Wesker specifically route that in here soon.
Book. Wesker going back for the power bomb drop.
And Billy Mays...
That's actually a pretty good decision.
AG going over the John Cena bridge, gonna find a piece of heart and one more item, which is just arrows.
So because of that speed booster pickup, AG is gonna have enough power bombs to get to Big Pink, which is huge.
Sloaters dipping into Eastern Palace, not having the bow gonna be unable to finish it off, but he will be able to check on some of these items here. We'll see how he is with Dark Rooms too, but...
We're sure that he can do these Dark Rooms. If he couldn't, we expect that Antinomy would have been doing Link to the Past.
Ooh, Grapple Beam!
That's the other hook shot.
Yep. That's the better hook shot. That's the worst hook shot, let's be real. That's the one that points you to possible suitless Meridia.
Not in casual logic. There is no suitless here. That is a map for Sloaters. Now Sloaters can find his way around the dungeon.
Oh, an antinomy, falling down the little hole there, looked like that was on his way in, too, so if he wants to see what that item is, he's gonna have to wrap back around. Oh wow, that's actually kind of really brilliant there from AG, blowing up that wall so he can spark through it. He can spark back up there, not have to redo the climb that never ends.
AG didn't check the supers. Oh, not enough power bombs to check the Materia supers.
Yeah, he can get in, but he wouldn't be getting back out. Well, he wouldn't even get in. He would get to the door and be like, "Gotta go back."
AG can check Gauntlet.
That sounds absolutely awful. We are very curious how that happened to you.
Wait, how did that happen to you?
Oh no, and Sloaters takes a death in one of the dark rooms.
And Sloaters very smartly just not continuing the dark rooms. So Big Pink is incredibly powerbomb hungry. Big Pink Luberin is incredibly powerbomb hungry. Astonishingly so if you've never played a rando before. And the little bugs here have a 4% powerbomb drop rate, so getting here with 5 powerbombs is one of the worst feelings in the game.
Yeah.
Okay, antinomy needs to be careful here. Antinomy needs to be really careful.
Alright. He did have stuff in the reserves, but...
Yeah, but you get double hit with reserve draining.
Oh, that's true.
And... we aren't sure careful is in antinomy's vocabulary. Oh, there we go, careful. That was beautiful.
Did he go down and check the charge item earlier, did we see, or... Because he has no power bombs to be able to get down there at this point. If he didn't check it, he's gonna have to go back. Ooh, yeah. And the fire rod!
He's going to have to go back.
Oh, good thing Sloaters is right behind him. When he gets there, he can, if he happens to go that way, he'll be able to check it for him. And upon getting speed, if he goes down there to get it, he'll be able to check waterway as well, but... Like he's
so that's one of the nice things about the combo rando is that, like, if you can't do that, then you can just have your partner check it, and then when they go through Big Pink.
Don't
do
it.
Don't do it, antinomy.
He's just farming power bombs. It's okay. He just can't get hit by spikes.
You could still die really easily.
Good. This is a pretty scary situation here for antinomy, y'all.
Is that?
No. Oh god. Oh god, antinomy, please. Plus RNG. Plus RNG. Okay.
That was incredibly sketch.
Oh my gosh.
Did antinomy know how much he had in the reserves?
We can just...
antinomy, so probably not.
We can hear him freaking out from here about hitting those spikes. Yes, first try indeed, Maniacal. You are not wrong. Alright, so looks like AG went up and checked Gauntlet. Didn't unfortunately see what it was. He has made his way back out, and Sloaters is about to free WJ's grapple his way over to the right.
And we're getting a red tower check from... So we have all 4 players in Super Metroid right now. Actually, this makes sense because you can send one person to the wreck ship and one person to Norfair.
Easiest free WJ of Sloaters' life right there.
And Wesker does not have any power bombs to do this with.
Yeah, he's gonna have to farm up here. Because once he comes through here, there's some orange doors, and hopefully the soft lock prevention of the orange door. Oh, the caterpillars. The caterpillars are gonna drop some. Okay, that's right. Forgot about those caterpillars.
There is soft lock prevention in the yellow door.
Yeah. Let's be real, those caterpillars are just usually scenery. Ooh!
Ooh, our first sword. 24 minutes in, 4 players, first sword.
Elm?
SM deaths are way more punishing. Like, no matter what you do, SM deaths are just way more punishing.
That's actually a good point. Sloater's still not using plasma at this point.
Neither is Wesker, and we think they all picked it up.
Yeah, but honestly, we like not using it for Fantoon. Only because we have personally gotten into so much trouble using it on Fantoon, it doesn't feel like it kills those flames nearly as well.
Oh, we love it for Fantoon because it kills the flames so well.
No, we can't. We have much better success with just the pea shooter.
Plasma the piercing properties of plasma mean that it gets the eye opens really well.
Whenever we go into Fantoon with plasma equipped, it's typically a death sentence for us, so. But Sloater's braving it out using plasma here for these flames.
And we're about to see another alternative to the free WJ from Wesker.
Plasma is great on Fantoon when you can microwave Fantoon Elm.
It hits all the flames except for the one that you're aiming for.
It's not wrong.
That's Super Metroid in a nutshell.
And down goes Fantoon. None of us complimented Fantoon, so Sloaters, you can yell at all of us when you watch this back for not getting your fast.
And we're gonna see an X-ray check. Where was Space Jump?
We know that he went to Gauntlet, but we don't know if that's what was in there. Space Jump
at Charge.
Yes, that's right.
Wow, so antinomy skipping that was...
that would have gotten him over to X-Ray. And Cape for antinomy, the high jump boot item.
X-Ray is just a big 20, so...
AG getting jagated here, unfortunately.
So antinomy and Sloaters are both amazing players, so... they definitely won't need Space Jump anywhere. They could finish the game without Space Jump and be perfectly fine.
And just a big 20 at the right side supers there.
Death Mountain. The mode is stronger than Space Jump for Wesker, unfortunately. That is a blue cane. It's antinomy. Is antinomy gonna pick it up? Nope.
She's gonna nope right out of that.
That is incredibly antinomy.
He's coming down here to get that health refill. Kiss from the old man, replenish the health, and back out.
That would actually be really interesting to disassemble the game's plasma collision detection to see what exactly is going on there. To see if there's actually any issues with plasma.
AG heading on over to Kraid. We'll eventually be starting that dance of death with him. Figuring out whether Kraid's dress is nice enough to take him to prom or not.
Oh gosh, Sloaters is going for this bomb jump.
Yeah, this is not an easy bomb jump to get either.
This is like, we would say that this is probably one of the hardest tricks in the game. If he's actually gonna go for it.
Dave, you are right. If antinomy does have cape, so he doesn't necessarily need the blue cane, but the blue cane still does have some extra uses that you wouldn't get with cane. For example, in the blind fight, you can just turn on the blue cane and let the blue cane do the work and not have to worry about any damage at all.
The alternative version there is that antinomy doesn't have the cape yet, so... Blue cane can prevent it. Blue cane is good for preventing deaths if you aren't very good at Link to the Past.
He picked up the cape at the high jump boot item.
Oh, he does have cape.
Yeah.
Okay, then that makes way more sense why he skipped. Wesker complimenting Fantoon's eye.
And yeah, y'all compliment Fantoon. Let's get those compliments in chat for Fantoon, so you know these runners that haven't fought Fantoon yet can get their fasts.
Kraid, we like your dress. It goes well with your claw.
It goes well with your legs that no one ever sees.
Right side attic is just a 5 spot. 20 spot.
Elm, that's gonna give him slows. Don't insult Fantoon. I've gotta be nice to Fantoon. Sweet talk, Fantoon.
That was a really interesting thing from Sloaters. Deboosting off the last electric sparky thing, so that you don't hit boop the key hunter or the atomic as a health saving mechanism.
Ooh, the
That
bow!
is a bow.
That's going to unlock the ability to finish up Eastern Palace. However, still not in logic because they don't have the lamp, but they can
Sloaters not having space jump is gonna hurt here.
Yeah, it's gonna make this take a lot longer.
So combined with the stun prize being full magic, Antinomy can just freely use the fire rod all day.
Yeah. You get some fire. You get some fire. Everybody gets fire.
Green potion.
What was that there that AG just picked up?
We did not see.
Yeah, he just picked up. It was the gloves. Okay, that's what we thought it was when the text went away a little bit fast, but we thought we saw the word power. So both Antinomy and AG having the power gloves at this point.
So that was a really interesting technique by Sloaters for checking. For checking sky missiles, using a power bomb to open it, so you don't have to worry about not failing to shoot it open.
Magic powder glove, Elm. Thanks. So Wesker just able to space jump over there. No problems at all for Sponge Bath for Wesker.
Yep, not surprising. Antinomy is just charging straight towards Trolldorm without healing at all. It's very Antinomy.
Being extra careful in the spiky death room of death there. I'm gonna go find out what's here at the E-Tank.
We don't believe that Sloaters actually checked the E-Tank. So in Trolldorm, we believe that normal swordy slashes do the same amount of damage as spinning attacks right now with a level 1 sword.
Do they?
Yes.
That's stupid.
Because Master Sword and this sword do 2 damage each.
So then why spin there?
That's a very good question. That's why we pointed it out.
Well, so we understand that holding out the sword when you get hit by Trolldorm like that is going. So that's why you do it because when you get hit by Trolldorm with your sword held out, it helps to prevent you from falling off the ledge, if we recall correctly. So that would be why spin, because you'd already have the thing charged.
That was a really good attic by Wesker. That was a really good attic.
So neither Antinomy or Sloaters haven't gone down to pick up Speed Booster yet. This is actually going to be the longer they don't go down there, the more and more detrimental it's going to become.
Speed Booster, we'd say that Speed Booster probably only costs you a couple minutes in the run, at most. The exception, of course, is if something is speed booster blocked, but so far we haven't seen anything being speed booster blocked.
Wesker coming over to check the reserve, trying to Alcatraz all of these and gets it successfully. Is going to find
Mushroom.
The mushroom.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, that's something we don't think you leave behind. Cause that can be just about anything.
Wesker does not have speed, only AG does.
Oh, that's a good point. So he is gonna have to leave that behind.
That feels like a very interesting lesson for co-op. Send the person to the wreck ship who had speed booster already.
Yeah.
Two tries for the blue gate. So it looks like we're gonna get to see a charge check from Sloaters as well as Blue Brain. So we're 36 minutes in and only 2 players have a sword.
And antinomy also has Dark World access at this point, having the Moon Pearl and gloves. And hammer definitely helps with that as well, but not.
Where was Moon Pearl?
That's a good question.
Back of escape. Back of escape.
Back of escape.
Oh, unfortunately, Sloaters laid that power bomb too low, so it's not going to open the yellow door above. So it's going to be an extra power bomb.
We're probably going to ask a really stupid question, but back of escape, question mark.
It's you push the grave and jump into the hole.
Oh, the escape suicide room. Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, AG.
Oh, and there is our death. But that is very early in the dungeon. But that might have even been an intentional death warp.
To the start of the dungeon? Question mark?
It was a heal.
Oh, that's a good point. That is a very good point.
Actually, we don't think so because he was slashing the sword during that. And we have Dark World. Gravity. Gravity and Village of Outcasts.
It'll definitely be a very nice find there. Sloaters having grapple will be able to do this. Probably
And space jump.
Yeah, and space jump. He didn't pick that up. We didn't see how far he got in Big Ping, although it was stupid to assume he didn't get there.
So we believe that everybody's still on one power bomb tank.
Oh
no.
Well, thankfully he has space jump as a backup, so.
So while we're watching these show that these runners are putting on, make sure you follow all of these runners and our co-commentator Poppy.
And make sure to follow Freya's.
All the trackers and everybody involved.
Also yourselves. Don't forget to follow yourself. Oh, and
there it is! There it is!
Let's get those emotes out in chat for antinomy.
It was fate that Antinomy picked it up first in a blind chest.
Yes. Let's get those Gigars out for Antinomy there for picking up that Spazer. Best item in the game. You know he's thinking, geez, commentary's having fun with this one. Exactly, Wookie. Now he can get rid of Plasma.
Antinomy has 10 power bombs because Spazer location had more power bombs. That is awesome that Antinomy was forced to pick up Spazer, and also effectively forced to pick up the Spazer item location.
Looks like Wesker heading down into Blue Bring, gonna go pick up his speed booster.
So we believe that this has flavor text added, so we will get a pun directly from the seed.
Yes. We know from last night that they do. So, Freyas, what is your favorite blind pun?
We do not have one.
We think they're all great.
That's because they are all great. It's gonna be getting boxed in by the floaty gas clouds.
And Wesker gonna pick up his Hooked on Phonics book, gonna be able to read tablets now, find out what's on pedestal.
Antinomy needs to be careful here.
Just couch cash, move along. So, just some money at the Ether medallion location. So, here's where, well, he does also have the cape, so that'll still be useful against blind.
Antinomy slashing at the bugs from within the door.
Get away, bugs!
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world. And the end figures out that you can hookshot them,
Yes.
which is something we didn't know.
Oh.
First try bombing at the floor.
We had Antinomy's health in mind and saw Wesker get hit by that Ripper and like freaked out and thought he was gonna die.
Oh, Antinomy?
Gonna...
Antinomy? Don't die.
AG gonna pick up that blue cane.
So we still haven't had any map checks, have we?
No!
43 minutes in.
Yeah, what? Yeah, no, no map checks, so, just coming into these dungeons blind. Couldn't.
All puns intended.
All puns intended.
That is a shovel. Didn't Antinomy check the big chest yet?
We don't think so.
All 4 players have a sword.
We're hearing that small key is in the big chest, so that's what chat's saying. So that is a good point. You can differentiate between Pendant and Crystal dungeons, just based on the music alone. This is something we kind of learned about last night and don't necessarily remember the nuance to it, but it has to do with some of the music notes in it.
Getting crushed by big objects is depressing. That is the first crystal of the game. Wesker going to dance.
Yeah, unfortunately, both AG and Wesker both got the Kraid stand-up prom glitch. And unfortunately, when he first stands up, you have to kind of wait for him to open his mouth for the first time. And then after that, if you don't finish him off then, you can then, like, shoot him and force him to open his mouth. But... And there is our first map check. So, Pod and Skullwoods both being a crystal. Pod having a lot of items in it too, so being a crystal, we'll see if they... or being a pendant, sorry, we'll see if they decide to still dive it despite, just due to the sheer amount of items that are in Pod.
In 2 players, we think you definitely dive it. So AG has gravity now, so it'll be interesting to see if AG just ditches the Dark World and heads to Meridia.
And an important point to note as well is that your progression can be in Pendant dungeons. In fact, that's something we had saw last night when commentating another race where Varia was in a Pendant dungeon, and that was progression. So,
Sloaters, be careful.
Pendant dungeons, while people typically
be careful,
try
Sloaters.
to avoid them, you do still have to keep them in the back of your mind.
You might want the cape, Sloaters.
And unfortunately, Ponk getting Sloaters there, kind of giggling over his dancing that he was having to do, but unfortunate that he took the death.
That is a master sword in the Hype Cave. And an ice beam. And a bee. Hype Cave is hype. Antinomy is almost in Super Metroid Go mode at this point.
Found Ice Beam too, apparently.
Hype Cave.
Oh, nice.
Hype Cave and MS, Ice Beam, as well as a bottle. We think Antinomy, other than the ammo from Other Brain, Antinomy is in Super Metroid Go mode. Oh no, Varia.
Yeah. Unless he wants to do any RBO strats.
It's Antinomy.
Gosh. So X-Ace, the question, what triggers the game switch is there certain portals that are around the map in Super Metroid and around the overworld in between Light and Dark and Link to the Past that when you walk in there will send you back and forth between the 2 games.
There are 4 portals. One is the Fortune Teller will take you to Criteria Map Room. The Fortune Teller near Link's house.
There's Misery Mire.
A cave on Death Mountain will take you to Upper Norfair. The Misery Mire near Checkerboard Cave will take you
GT.
To GT.
Which is in Lower Norfair.
Meridia Dark World Ice Cave will take you to Meridia. Meridia missile refill. Antinomy gonna do a reverse Meridia using the portal.
Did he use the portal? Oh, he did use the portal.
Yep.
Yeah. We actually think that's kind of the smarter play than initially going down and blowing up the tube at first.
We think in this case it's mostly irrelevant because you're gonna have to full clear Meridia regardless this early.
Alright, and Wesker, or AG gonna put that cape to good use.
Unless you find Mirror, Red Cane, Ice Rod, and Varia halfway through. By the time you're halfway through Meridia, you have to full clear it.
So, question for all you Link to the Past people out there. So Super Metroid has room names for just about every room. You know, you have the Precious Room that was named due to a typo. You know, you have things like Terminator because you come back to it. You know, all the back. You know, Gauntlet. What would the room names be here in Thieves Town, for example, where AG's at right now? What would we call this room?
Yes, this is a ROM hack that Total made, which is like absolutely magic. And as far as we're aware, the reason why it's called Terminator is because you run through it at full speed and kill all the things.
We had always heard it was Terminator because of how in the movie Terminator he always says, "I'll be back," and then you return to it at the very end of the game.
We have never heard that story, and we've always heard the other one.
You guys only name rooms with chests. So, okay, we're gonna start naming Link to the Past rooms. Currently, AG is in Thieves Town 7 right now.
You only name rooms with chests. Is there not a name for each room in Ganon's Tower Gauntlet?
Oh, there's we heard a really good one last night. It was Ganon Ball Z for the Cannonball room.
That is wonderful. Oh, the bee goes and attacks chickens.
Yeah, that bee will attack just about anything.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go right with that?
You know, the reverse Meridia play is actually good because with the reverse Meridia you can entirely skip bot wound.
Yeah. Mind of Me, we've actually heard a new room name for Turtle Rock as well. It's the one with the lava on the floor and the chest in the middle and all those pipes. We heard people calling it Red Hot Chili Pipers lately.
Okay, so antinomy briefly considers going to Plasma now, but then decides that following the normal Hundo route is probably better.
Ooh, and Wave Beam at the bot wound item.
Ohio. So that is one beam, just charge beam away from full power. Charge beam. We have our first Skull Woods.
So, fun fact about the Red Hot Chili Pipers name is that that's an actual band, and people get debated all the time into buying tickets thinking they're gonna go see Red Hot Chili Peppers because they're like a cover band for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. If they use like bagpipes and stuff.
This is right sandpit, we imagine? Right sandpit distract tool.
Yeah, right sandpit.
Wait a second.
Oh, and there's a tempered sword. It does hammer damage.
Okay, that means that we're gonna see an ice clip then. Ooh, and screw attack. Sloaters is setting up for a bomb jump and gonna die.
Oh, God, sloaters. Alright, so AG in his blind fight right now, hopefully going to remember through this whole fight that the head is on the top.
Cane.
Yep,
Blue
cane
cane
it up.
Blue cane for easy victory.
Still gonna slash with his sword, but he does remember that the head is at the top, so...
So with the cape at least, if you just smash the sword button, your magic will actually drain slower. We don't know if that's the case for the blue cane as well, but it's definitely the case for the cape.
And Wesker gotta go fast. He's gonna be dashing around at the speed of sound.
So that is potentially a required pod dip.
Do you think, but the big question is, do you think he's gonna be able to escape from the city?
Not until he's blue. So pod without the mirror is a real nightmare to route. And Wesker's doing a really good job with this so far. Okay, so antinomy is saving before left sandpit check.
We certainly don't blame him for that. If it turns out to be nothing, he can just reset.
That's right, he still needs to go and check the beach. Oh no! That save ends up being incredibly useful because he gets pushed in to the wrong side of the sandpit.
So we actually do kind of hope that, well... Actually, we, Pod's a Pendant, yeah?
Yeah.
We recall seeing that on the map. So we actually do hope those boots do become required, just for the fact that, you never really want to forget that Pendant dungeons can be very, very important. And it just kind of reinforces it if that's the case.
Hasn't we checked plasma yet?
We don't think so.
No, he was in the plasma spark room at one point. He was definitely in the plasma spark room, so...
And it looks like Wesker doing the dark rooms here.
Antinomy walking right past the beach. And walking back towards it.
This dark room that Wesker's in right now, gosh, that would just
Yeah,
give
we
us
believe
so
that we're
much
echoing
anxiety.
through Poppy, we think you're echoing through your mic.
Are we? Oh, we do know that Wesker found Butter Sword, so... Always gotta have that reverb. So Sloater's fighting Mothula here. He's gonna get his pendant and find just the compass.
So, It sounds like we're not echoing anymore. We could hear some echo from Poppy. Oh no, we can still hear a little bit of echo from you.
We haven't heard any echo.
Yes, that's because it's echoing through your mic.
So.
Oh, it looks like they got spring balls somewhere.
And AG still having Spazer equipped. Because it automatically equips, where Plasma does not, apparently. Wesker in the chess minigame gonna pick up his gravity suit.
So we're still missing high jump boots, and we're still missing 2 medallions and mirror and flute and red cane and ice rod. Still missing a lot of things.
Fun fact about the Meridia tube here that antinomy just landed on and exploded from the top is that the water effects do not exist until you blow up the tube in that room.
So it looks like Sloaters is going through Thieves Town now, and Antinomy is going back for space jump. Oh, and Antinomy needs to get... Wait, neither Sloaters nor Antinomy have Speed Booster. That means that Blue Brain has not been checked on their end yet.
Yeah, which means they also do not have the book.
And that means that Antinomy can't do Waterway right now. So if Mushroom ends up being important, that could give AG and Wesker an edge.
AG gonna...
Oh no! Sloater's taking another death.
That is very unfortunate. Poor Sloaters is having a rough time in Link to the Past right now. Antinomy gonna pick up the reserve tank.
Antinomy? Did they not check Blue Brain at all?
I think so. Like, he went down there at first, he just didn't have Morph Ball to keep checking.
Power bombs. Power bombs. Antinomy's probably gonna go for a ship refill right now.
Cross Porta Pros. Oh man.
So we have our mushroom pick up right now, and it'll be really interesting if AG prioritizes going back for that.
We are actually really excited to see what's at the mushroom location at this point. That's gonna be really not good for antinomy and sloaters if that happens to be something essential.
Yeah, we wonder if they just forgot about Blue Bryn.
That would be unfortunate, but it does happen that runners can forget location.
It does happen.
Whether it's Gauntlet, Red Tower, or Wave Missiles. Unfortunately, locations do get forgotten.
We are going to step out for a second. We will be right back.
AG heading on down to the Alpha Power Bombs location to pick up, or not to pick up, just to farm some power bombs there. Debated. And X-ray scope for Wesker at the dig area. Yeah, and we can totally see that as well, to the point in chat that you're sharing so much information and you can just forget what you've shared. You can remember that, hey, I was down there at the start and there wasn't really anything there, and then just forget about, you know, the other locations that are there, but hopefully it's still in the back of their mind they need to get back there for that speed booster. Wesker currently in Agina's cave, going to be grabbing the item here. He will find just a big 20. While antinomy in the middle of Fantoon, which is the final form of Argus. The little flames being those little cocoa puffs you pull off of Argus with a shot. Just everything about Argus is a dead elephant ghost at this point. And looks like Sloater's setting up for a snail clip here into Aqueduct because he does not have. Hopefully this pays off for him, because this is gonna be a bit of a. Definitely costing him a bit of time to get up here. And just shoots the snail off in frustration. Looks like he's just gonna reset the room.
And we are back.
Welcome back. E-tank there at Mama Turtle Missile. Did not see what Mama Turtle held at the top, though.
So we didn't see what was at Meridia Main Street, because that's another Speed Booster blocked location. And we're eagerly watching to see if anything is Speed Booster blocked in the seed.
The mushroom is. We don't know yet if that's important or not. Sloater's really wanting to get up to Aqueduct.
Snail clipping is in logic for V10 hard, which we didn't even know was a thing until after we saw it in logic and we're completely confused as to how it was even possible.
And
nothing in Aqueduct.
Baby's first shield at the on the torch there for Wesker and Desert.
So this will be absolutely fascinating if that missed check ends up deciding the match. And we have our first nope rope of the run.
Yes, Sloaters fighting the final form of Bot Wound, while Wesker is gearing up to take on Teenage Bot Wounds.
Antinomy gonna see that mushroom and be very sad about that.
So no one's taken the shroom back yet. It could potentially just hold a validation arrow or validation ruby, but it could also hold something like Varia. So that
Or
would
Red
be,
Cane.
yeah, both of which would be very
Or Mirror.
Yeah, all of which would be very detrimental at this point for Antinomy and Sloaters until they find that speed booster.
And we still haven't seen any of the pendants or any of the medallion checks for TR and Meyer. We haven't found the second gloves. It could be the second gloves even.
Yeah. Alright, so Wesker gonna take down 3 Teenage Bot Wounds, get a bomb upgrade and a crystal.
Antinomy not going for bowling because there's nothing. It's just a missile, a shroom that he can't get to yet, and whatever was that on the Chozo statue. Very nice quick grapple from Sloaters. That saves about 20 seconds. And with this little HP, it could be the difference between life and death.
Yeah. If you get the bad spank RNG, that can definitely, you're right, getting that quick grapple definitely can be the difference between life and death.
AG resets after seeing Screw Attack and a Tempered Sword.
Interesting. Wesker
Oh wow, Desert and Thieves Town are the 5-6 crystals.
Yes. We didn't realize you could use boots with the big bomb. We thought
It's there is a way. You can't normally do it, but there is a way to set it up. We don't know how it works.
Pretty slick. And that's nope rope number 5 that we're seeing here on AG's screen.
AG could soft lock. AG might be soft locked. AG is soft locked.
Oh, and there's the mirror. There's the mirror at the curvy ferry location.
Ooh, that is a very good find. And we're gonna see another booster lock float check.
And Antinomy going
Just
up
a
to
Pizza Hut.
monsters, yep.
But the mirror find is gonna be huge. And we didn't manage to see whether Desert is boots locked.
Desert holds Fisher Price's shield on the.
What's the big key? What was on Boot's locked location?
That's the torch. That was the shield that does her.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like we are going to see a speed booster pick up for antinomy.
And we are seeing some shack tools, so get those shack tools out in chat. Hopefully Sloaters does the right thing here and kills shack tool on the way in, way out.
All shack tools deserve to die.
Shack tool did everything wrong.
So Wesker is following the logic straight to swamp.
I actually like what Sloaters did there. When you're at shack tool and you have at least wave beam. Ooh, and that is a medallion. He's gonna want to go with that.
That is huge. Potentially huge.
Yeah. Potentially nothing, but you definitely don't want to pass up medallions until you know exactly which ones you need.
%55% chance that it's huge.
Yeah, Sloaters having that spring ball. He is a master with that spring ball usage. There's a really good clip of him getting the reverse slinky recently in the Metroid marathon that just happened recently.
That was a beautiful reverse slinky.
Yes, best reverse slinky NA.
So it'll be very interesting to see what Swamp holds. Wesker's routing is really smart for doing that so early. We did not see what Plasma holds. AG is trying to spark Dragon with that high jump boots.
That definitely makes the fight a lot harder when you're trying to do the sparks. Having space jump, though, however, will help a little bit.
It will help a little bit. But at this rate, AG could die.
Hopefully not.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's just gonna... There it is. Wesker making his way through Swamp. Unfortunately, he missed the items he's gotten so far.
Sloaters needs to be careful.
Unfortunately, Wesker getting bodied by that skeleton, slashing furiously at it. Killing it.
Sloaters is one spike hit from death. But he's gonna go into the other game. The Ohms could still needs to be careful and safe.
So the giant shrimp that AG just got done fighting is called Dragon.
Oh, so it was just missiles.
Yeah.
And Croc Escape Missiles is a nope tank.
Yeah, we're kind of starting to think that they've forgotten about Blue Bryn and getting the speed booster. And
Antinomy has speed.
There's the
Antinomy.
second gloves.
Oh wow, Wesker making the plays.
Yeah, there's the mitts.
It would be very interesting if health spanned across worlds, but...
You should talk to Osti about that. So yeah, we didn't realize that Antinomy had gone down and gotten Speed Booster, so it looks like Sloaters is making his way downtown to go get those now. He's walking fast, faces are passing. He may or may not be homebound.
It looks like Antinomy is gonna do Desert and then head straight for Pyramid Fairy. We really like the way that AG and Wesker split things up.
Buttersword was in, well, there was Bacon here in Meridia, and then Butter was in, which really is interchangeable, but in Pod, if we recall correctly. So.
Oh, Wesker's going back for the big chest. We were wondering why Wesker was going back.
Just a reserve. Unfortunately, when they're in Link to the Past, you cannot nope out of them.
Luckily, when you're in Link to the Past, you can't nope out a Phaser either.
Yes. That's a good thing to not nope out of.
Wow, that spring ball jumping right after the short charge. So we still need to see if this room takes you anywhere. Who made the combo rando? The combo rando was made by Total. The combo rando is made by Total, and it's all on GitHub.
And Wesker currently fighting Fantoon's third form here.
TEWTAL on GitHub.
Turning all those Cocoa Puffs into the flames that were seen earlier when fighting Fantoon.
So we believe that they do have silvers, right? Everybody has silvers by now?
We are unsure on that.
They were at BT, so we'd be surprised if everybody does not have silvers yet.
Looks like on Wesker's screen he still got wooden arrows up, so unless he picked up silvers and switched over to wooden arrows for on that, then he does not have them.
Yeah, so if you're wondering, yeah. Sounds like Elm generated this seed. Antinomy with an amazing Lon Mullas.
And it's looking like AG also does not have silvers. So again, unless they switched over for lag reduction stuff, they do not have them. Unless we're just seeing the screen wrong. Which is really interesting, because we could swear that AG went down to Bomb Chorizo.
So it looks like the right side team has 3 out of the 14 crystals that they need. Left side has 4 out of the 14. And for Super Metroid bosses, Sloaters and Antinomy is also ahead by 1 Dragon.
Yes, and it is important to note that both players must finish as well, so at least that's our understanding. So, if, let's say if Antinomy finishes and then AG and Wesker finish, if Sloaters hasn't finished, then the win, we believe, and please correct us if we're wrong on that, would go over to AG and Wesker then, and vice versa?
Yeah, so no hell runs are required in this seed, in this logic. And Wesker going to be the first one to be able to do the Frog World Tour.
And Hammer Peg's just going to be +5 to the arrows.
So Antinomy is not carrying the Pyramid Fairy Bomb with, so won't be able to check that right now. Which is really unfortunate because there's a mirror there.
Yeah. And just missiles at the Dwarven Breadsmiths.
AG dipping into pod just for those boots, and is gonna immediately nope out of there.
Yep. Yeah, Old Man Sunshine, but unfortunately they're not going to help Blink too much with those. It's going to have to cross over and give those to Samus.
And we're gonna see a mushroom check now.
We are really interested to see what this is going to be.
Yeah, the mushroom is one of the biggest advantages that AG has, AG and Wesker have right now. If it turns out to be nothing, then that's gonna be sad, but if it turns out to be something, then that'll make the race way more interesting. And it's nothing.
Well, that's good for Sloaters and Antinomy, because having been to wreck ship, it is definitely quite possible that had the shroom been something, they might have thought, well, we've been to wreck ship, there's nothing more to get there. So it's a location that they can now just ignore, although they don't know that.
We believe that we have not seen a waterway check either.
No, we have not. And Antinomy gonna get his mirror and a big 20. And just a heart there for Wesker at King's Tomb. Apparently Waterway was a piece of heart, so I guess they have been down there. Waterway was some sort of heart. Piece of heart, full heart, something. Just a single heart to return life.
The heart of Samus.
Oh, and Wesker has Varia! Wow!
Oh!
Hey, that Wesker making all the plays today.
Was that at the chest?
That is... sure. Kind of unsure of what dungeon he is at this point. Oh.
Purple chest is Varia. That is a huge...
Yeah,
that is a long quest for Varia.
And Sloaters on the beeping strats right now. careful. A little bit more careful than...
Sloaters, we believe that Sloaters died twice in Thieves Town before.
Yeah.
And making another pass at it.
Oh, he is ultimately going to have to complete it, so...
We think he's going to have to complete it without much more equipment because nobody's found any armor yet for Link to the Past, and it is required. It is required on the path to Varia now. We do believe that Sloaters should have the cape, so, and the stun prize is full magic, so if all else fails, there's that backup.
So Wesker finishing up some Death Mountain checks here. And Ether Medallion for Turtle Rock is going to be required, so that find from Sloaters at Shacktool is going to turn out
to be
wow,
this is a Shacktool required seed.
Yes, that is going to be a pretty that has turned into a pretty big find from Sloaters now, knowing where that's at.
It actually makes a lot of sense to check everywhere in a 2v2 because so you get as much coverage as possible.
Sloaters.
So that is
Flash.
Powder as well as
Old Man Sunshine, we could still possibly see Ice Rod on Ped, so this could possibly be a
Shacktool Ped seed.
Let's get those bless RNGs in chat for Shacktool Ped seed.
Lamp. Yes, Lamp was the other thing there. What a trolley location for the Lamp.
We missed where Lamp was at.
Hookshot Cave.
Oh wow.
So the quest for the Lamp was that you had to do Desert and Thieves Town. You had to do in logic. You had to do Bootless Desert and Thieves Town to get to the Pyramid Fairy, which got you the Mirror to Swamp, which got you Gloves, which eventually got you Lamp.
We know Sloaters has done Mothula at this point. He's done Skull Woods. He didn't have the book then to check Ped, did he? Oh, he didn't even have the mirror at that point, so he still doesn't have it, so I guess he wouldn't have mirrored out to check it. That answers our question. Thanks for the help on that one, chat. Looks like Sloaters is heading up north here from Kakariko. He does still need to finish flying, so it could just be going back to that portal. He could also, if he picked up that book down in Blue Bryn, he could also do a quick ped check. Which
we believe that Grapple was in Eastern.
Yes, Grapple was first chest in Eastern, if we recall correctly.
And in the combo rando, Ice Clip is not in logic, which means that Shacktool, to the best of their knowledge, Shacktool is not in logic for AG or Wesker, because they have not gotten Grapple.
So this definitely helps to swing things back towards Antinomy and Sloaters. Antinomy getting a little bit bodied here, going for them cape strats to escape. We don't blame him. Just a little bit bodied.
Murkrows are deadly. Maybe stop by the fortune teller to heal? Antinomy never needs to heal.
And y'all, it's Crocomire, everyone's favorite, at least four-eyed melty monster. Get those Croc emotes out, whether it's Croc Z, Cheaty Meyer, or whatever other. We think there's an Oats Croc emote.
Ether was at Shacktool, yes.
And just one validation arrow held by Croc.
Looks like Sloaters is going to successfully defeat Blind this time, if he remembers to use a cape. Or a potion.
Pineapple, now that's a croc emote right there. Croakmire, now that's a croc emote. Well, yeah, Cross, it's at least 4 eyes, because while you see both sides of his head, for all we know, those could just be giant eyes that go, like, completely through the skull and just, you know, see out of both sides.
Antinomy noping out of the X-ray scope.
Maybe that's how they work in the Crockmire Kingdom. Storm. Ooh, now that's a possibility too. There, Cross. Maybe Croc has predators that like to try to eat his eyes, so he has 2 decoys. Elminster, yes, the left team, at least Sloaters, has grapple.
Poor Croc just wants to invite you in for tea, and now you're trying to eat his eyes.
Croc did nothing wrong. Croc will sit there and say, "Hello, how are you doing? Would you like some tea?" And then you just, like, shoot missiles into his mouth. It's like, no, I like missiles instead.
Ooh, Wesker going for a starter 3 here. Very, very close there. And gets it. So, the alternative strat that Wesker could have gone for there, Wesker could have laid a power bomb, or could have just used space jump, but is going for all the swag. That was a lot of swag. Completely unnecessary, but very swaggy.
So, Antinomy going to head into Swamp at this point, along with, obviously, AG, who's in there now. He's going to find his second set of handwear items called Titan's Mitts. And that will allow him to lift even heavier objects.
So just looking at the boss count and item count, it looks like Antinomy and Sloaters are definitely ahead. And way more so ahead once you consider the ether find.
Oh, nice! Ice Palace and Mire are also crystals, so we're gonna get to see all 4 forms of Phantoon today. Man, there have just been so many complimenting of Phantoon's forms today we have just missed out on. A bit disappointed in ourselves here today. Chat, you gotta help us out with that. On every form of Phantoon, we have to make some sort of compliment.
And here we have our first Bubble Mountain. Wesker opting to check this before Lower Norfair.
Oh wow, that's actually a really good point. We haven't seen Bubble Mountain yet.
It hasn't been in Logic. Hell runs aren't in Logic.
Oh, that's right.
Hell runs aren't in Logic, and beyond that, you needed space jump. You need space jump to get up there.
You're so used to
or high jump or something.
Logic. We believe you can do it just no speed, no high jump if you get running speed from the save room.
Right, they had speed jumps. They had speed boost speed, so they can just go through the frogway. Vario was at Gary's lunchbox.
So we're about to find out what Antinomy's going to pick up here from the chest in Swamp 7. We named this one last night. Just a piece of heart here in Swamp 7. Got to start naming these rooms.
So we still have not even found the blue male yet.
And Bubble Mountain being, so far, a little bit of a bust. Not a little bit, like mostly a bust at this point. Still a few more items to check, though. And looks like Wesker's going to give up on the gate glitch and just take the faster way out at this point.
So that means that Wesker's taking the upper door means that Wesker's not going straight to Lower Norfair after this. And probably still has to check the reserve.
Yeah, he does still have the reserve to check.
Both males in GT? That would be incredibly trolly. And we know that Antinomy has NMG, Link to the Past NMG experience. We aren't, and Wesker, we were told has is good at Link to the Past. But we aren't sure how well AG or Sloaters would fare if both males were in GT.
And an E-Tank, and ooh, there's another Medallion Bombos. Very, very nice find. So we know Ether's required, and we will see what Meyer
very soon.
Yeah, very soon we will see that.
Especially without a flute, you have to check it.
Yeah.
When you're down in Lower Norfair.
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks like he's going straight on down, and we would definitely expect him to head over to the GT area right off the bat and just check to see what it was. Ether, Keku was at Shack Tool.
So we are 1 hour and 42 minutes into this, with 4 players, and we are still missing at least 2 required items.
That is just such a beautiful stunt prize. Full magic.
So we'll get to see whether each of these players kills Shaktul.
Keku not gonna lie.
Wesker going for Lava Spark, going for more swag. More entirely unnecessary speed booster swag, but very swaggy swag.
Keku not gonna lie, we're kinda got our fingers crossed for Ice Rod on Ped.
That's right, we haven't seen Ped yet.
We did see one boomerang so far. We forget where we saw it though. But the runner noped out of it when they saw it. They didn't bother to pick it up. It was the boomerang.
So we still have not seen Charge Beam either. In logic, Charge is required for Ridley. And you do kind of need Charge in a co-op because the nature of co-op means that you're just not picking up enough ammo.
Flute is not required because you can get to Misery Mire through Lower Norfair. And
so Wesker is gonna have to burn basically all of his supers here.
Wesker, be careful here.
Can farm these up. We're almost certainly not gonna die, but
So it is actually possible to hit GT with red missiles. You just gotta fire really, really fast.
Or you have to, or you can. Wow! What that farm?
Wow!
That farm!
Wow! Wow!
Wow!
Jealous.
So Wesker did all of that with only MS. The fact that Wesker did not go back for bacon shows Wesker's comfort. Where was the goal? Where was Butter?
Pod.
Pod.
We think the big key chest was, Butter.
Wait. Then... So Wesker did Pod but did not check there? The sword?
We know he went in there. We think he may have died. Because we remember we were trying to mention how that dark room would give us hecka anxiety because we'd get so lost.
And that is just a big 20. A checkerboard.
But Quake Medallion for Misery Mire, which means
we could have a Mire Dive on our hands right now. Mire Dive without red cane. The cane in Mire, Ice Rod at Laser Bridge, Dream is still alive.
Oh, and there's
charge.
That is going to be insanely useful information for AG.
That is incredibly useful information, especially with the beam combo that they have.
And
Mire?
looks like he's debating on going into Mire or not. Looking like he's gonna nope out of it for now. Just keep that in mind.
Interesting.
We certainly don't blame him because he can't finish it, and there are only 2 items to get out of Mire. Ultimately.
So yeah, not checking Mire is...
Like we actually agree with that call because there are only the 2 items. It is a crystal dungeon, but he can't finish it. So we agree with coming back for Ridley now that he has charge.
If their team was the better team objectively, then we would definitely agree with that. But one of the we like to keep in mind that Sloaters and Antinomy are just way better than are just absolute Super Metroid gods. So that means that it can actually be good to take some risks.
Apparently, there's no sword in Pod. We could have sworn it was in Pod. But there's more items to find in Lower Norfair right now than there are Mire.
That's true, but if you don't find the flute, then flute could be in Mire, which means you have to go back to the lava dive again.
Yeah.
But that's not that big of a deal with Space Jump.
Yeah, Alright, so Antinomy doing the Frog World Tour. We'll see if he goes straight to the lunchbox as well to find that Various suit.
Have we seen...
And he's just gonna leave it! Oh, going for hammer pegs. Okay. Whew!
What? Was there nothing at, Bumper Cave?
We didn't see.
Okay. We were gonna ask if anybody had checked there, but Antinomy's cape escaped from the Murkrows.
Keku, we do too. Ruby's at Bumper Cave. And it looks like Wesker having a little bit of trouble here in the amphitheater. Gonna have to be... Okay.
So the good news for Wesker is that the space jump timing is more generous once you're under the acid.
Yeah. fighters have so much health.
1800 health.
So much! Did Antinomy just leave the chest? Is he going back for it? Please tell us he's going back for it. It looks like he's going back for it, with lag and all.
That's the sort of thing which never makes you happy, but which happens to everybody.
Alright, looks like he realizes he left the... Man, he's gonna get this chest open, and he's gonna breathe the biggest sigh of relief that he came back for this chest.
Where
he
is
just left it there.
And he almost left it there again.
We didn't realize he just dropped it and didn't pick it back up.
Wesker very lucky to have the one super left for getting into Metal Pirates.
Scrub and nerd fight going very well so far for Wesker, not taking any damage. To be fair, this is a pretty easy fight here. These Metal Pirates. Their weakness is jump kicks. That's the only time.
Yeah, you have to feel bad for their species. They're such good fighters, and then they just jump, and then it all falls apart.
Yeah. So
30 shots for Ridley.
And there's Antinomy's Varia. We can just hear him from here laughing and saying, wow. These bugs with that Wesker's farming right now can be such a hassle when you get them off for this farming.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have farming beam, aka space age grapple beam, it can be kind of annoying at times. It's a lot slower. But
We are glad that Wesker is farming. That's
yeah, oh yeah.
It would be dangerous not to. And it'll give you more supers.
Gonna be going back down to Blue Grin. Looks like Sloaters is in pod at this point. How many shots is the current beam combo that
30.
he had? 30.
Successful run under the tail. So
Yeah.
Ridley's pogo heights, there are 4 different heights, and it's RNG, and some of the tail pogo heights you can run under, some of them you can't. And and if you're going for the world record, you have to try and run under Ridley's tail, because if you don't, you lose precious frames for charging. So that is some RNG that does come into play when you go at world record attempt level of Super Metroid.
AG about to find out.
Blockbuster from Antinomy.
Very nicely done. And Wesker having a little bit of trouble here on Ridley.
Ridley's below half. That is... The supers are close to...
Yeah.
Very close to the point where the supers could just finish. And waits for a pogo and then just unloads all the supers.
Yeah.
That is the way to do the fight.
We
And a flawless pickup.
Yeah, very nice pickup. We guess he only lost really 1 E-Tank, so not as bad as we'd initially thought.
No, that was definitely several E-Tanks lost.
Oh, was it?
At least a couple.
Either way, still finishing off Ridley very nicely with that excellent...
And just cheeseburgers behind Ridley.
I can ask cheeseburger?
Just a 5 spot at Cathedral. It's weird. here just about at 2 hours, so make sure you go and follow these runners and our co-commentator Empress, the Empress themselves.
And make sure to follow Freya's and the tracker and everybody else is involved with the tournament.
Is AG not done the old man yet?
Apparently not. But we don't blame him. It is a, until you get the lamp, it is a dark room and therefore not in logic. And we don't know how comfortable AG is with any dark rooms.
Yeah, dark rooms are just something where you can go very wrong if you try it and it doesn't work. So we believe that there has been nothing of value in Lower Norfair so far. Other than one space pelican to kill.
That stuck key hunter. Yeah, so far nothing of value. Yeah, you are correct on that.
Maybe we'll get to see antinomy do a Meyer check. Oh, we still have not seen ice at all. And we have not seen...
You mean Ice Palace?
Yes. Okay. So we would expect Ice Palace, Ice Palace and Eastern to be cleared before, Shacktol is attempted. So it could be a while before AG and Wesker get their ether.
Oh, and there's the ice rod at the prison.
Ooh.
Right, so no ice rod on Ped.
But no red cane yet either.
Yeah, no red cane. So, alright, so now we're hoping for red cane on Ped. Just get those plus RNGs back in chat for that one.
I believe that at this point, after Three Musketeers, all Super Metroid locations will have been checked.
Alright, Armos Knights finish off with those silvers.
And it looks like all items have been extracted from Eastern already.
And Antinomy's going to find that Meyer requires the Quake Medallion. Going to continue over here for the chests in west of Meyer opening thing.
And will we get a Meyer check from Antinomy?
Flute was where, Link Force?
Sloaters has a flute.
Oh, with the big key chest.
Eastern.
Where was the big key in Eastern? Was it after the Dark Rooms? It had to be.
Had to have been.
It had to have been.
Oh wow, so that means that the deaths to the Dark Rooms ended up being which cost a ton of time.
Yeah.
Because it made the difference between a 2-hour flute and a 15-minute flute.
So AG having a little bit of trouble here with this green gate glitch. These things are not easy. You have to jump and shoot while you're moving towards the gate and kind of get it to glitch through the gate and hit the green sensor.
And you have one... And the reason why this works is because when you're moving forward, or because projectiles carry Samus's momentum. So when you're moving forward, you'll actually get a little bit more momentum on it, and you have 1 frame to open the gate. Although with that gate, if you come at it from running from further back, you can actually get 2 frames.
So Sloater now having the swag duck. It's going to take him on multiple fights for sure. He's getting his frequent flyer miles out of it. It's okay, you guys can boo us for that one. That was bad.
So we're gonna have our first Ice Palace dig. At this point, the only item that's outstanding is the red cane.
Oh, Storm, for the stupid frequent flyer miles joke we made. That's what we were saying to boo us for. It was bad.
So Antinomy showing off beautiful lower Norfair strats with full power everything. Except for high jump.
And Sloater's gonna find out that Shack Tool check paid right the heck off. It's gonna relay that over to Antinomy, who we're sure after this will go right up there, because he's gonna know he's gonna need it.
So Wesker is going to Meridia now. So that is where the last sword was. Meridia Beach missiles. So it'll be very interesting to see if we get a Shack Tool check. Antinomy now knows that Shack Tool is required. Oh, whoa! Antinomy was going for the hero shot downwards. Ridley start. Antinomy is really good at this, so this is going to be a very straightforward Ridley.
Maniacal were the meanest, didn't you know? They're like the Grinch. Alright, so AG making his way through the Ice Palace.
And soon we'll find out whether there's a red cane here.
Opening chest.
So other than Ped, what hasn't been checked? We believe that all Super Metroid items have been checked at this point.
Meyer.
Meyer hasn't been checked. Meyer, Ice Palace. Eastern has been completed. Skull Woods has been completed. Pod has been completed.
Catfish, we don't think we've seen a catfish check.
Antinomy was at Catfish at one point.
No. How did we miss that? That's like our favorite check. Just 50
Mad
rupees.
Batter. Has Eastern, has Pod been fully cleared out?
Not sure.
Grapple isn't required for Shack Tool, but in logic, Grapple is required for Shack Tool.
For the logic that... For the difficulty we're on, yes.
For all difficulties in this.
Huh.
Ice Clip is not required. That's the one thing that's easier about hard than tournament difficulty, than tournament Super Metroid only.
Does, tournament? What's called hard mode now? Does that require the Ice Clip or no?
Nope.
Dance game.
The Ice Clip is not easy. Like, the Ice Clip more than...
Oh, it's
more than
definitely
any... Yeah, we think of the Ice Clip more than any of the other tricks is like some voodoo magic. Where you have to, like, go out of your way.
You would rather Crystal Flash that, honestly.
And just Ice Clip is harder than snail clipping, realistically.
Maniacal.
Is suitless shack tool actually a thing?
Yeah, for hard mode.
Oh wow.
But Ice Clip is just too hard. So we have our first Meyer dip here coming from Sloaters.
Antinomy working his way through the maze.
Gonna find that ice rod. Gonna be happy to find that. Not gonna have to dip Turtle Rock to find it. But they do still need, before they can do that, they do pain.
But that means a TR double dip is not required.
Did we maniacal?
So we're gonna see our first Meyer dip, and we'll see if the red cane is in there.
For Sloater's sake, fingers crossed that it is, because this is one of those dips that it's going to be required, and then you hope it's in there.
So Wesker is going to find grapple very soon if he hasn't already found it. So that might point them towards shack tool. We are in no mode. Oh, Kane was in Ice Palace. We missed that.
Alright, well, no Shack Tool Ped Seed, unfortunately, at this point.
Wait, there's no flute marked off for Wesker. Did Wesker skip the big chest?
Where was flute again? Pod big key?
Big chest.
In pod?
Yep.
We know he
Oh, no, wait. Oh, is it in pod, not eastern?
Gosh, we don't... We keep thinking everything's in pod big chest right now. So we're not sure. If we say we think it was in pod big chest, just kind of ignore us for now. Flute was in eastern.
Okay, there we go. The flute is marked now. He does have it.
Boots was pod, okay.
And we're gonna see a green tunic cold stare from AG.
And this is Phantoon's first form.
Good luck. This is not easy.
Phantoon, we like your eye.
Cold stare hugs do a ton of damage.
We like how it's surrounded by cute cotton.
Oh no! And there's the death.
Oh no. But Phantoon, we complimented your first form. You're supposed to be nice.
So this is actually going to be interesting because how comfortable are AG and Sloaters doing Green Tunic? Link to the Past. Because we have not seen any armor at all. And the more we see it, the more it looks, the more everything could be in GT. Antinomy going for the spike suit because Antinomy.
Because antinomy. Antinomy doing antinomy things.
So what happened there is plasma pierces. You aren't supposed to be able to have plasma by the time you get to Croc. So they didn't make it not pierce Croc. So you shoot once, and then it pierces and hits Croc 20 or 30 times. And then for each of those hits, Croc will move back 2 squares. So that one shots Croc. So where is Wesker going to go? Wesker's gonna go straight into Ice Palace. And AG is setting up the bomb jump. That has about 2 pixels of leeway there. And definitely not easy to do. Not hard, but definitely not easy. At this point, the bomb jump is not necessary. AG can... At this point, AG can definitely...
Yeah.
AG has a big key and a red cane, so it can just go.
It's down to 1 heart at this point. Gonna have to be... No.
Well, there's the last heart dead.
There goes the last heart, deciding to just, go out there and reset the room. Reset the, health, rather.
So it's gonna be interesting to see whether AG just decides to go to Eastern, grab the flute, and then with the flute buy some potions, or if he's gonna continue to dive this. And there's the answer. There's the answer. Yeah. Flute time. Yeah, this seed is really interesting because it's going to come down to them being combat blocked and linked to the past.
Hopefully, he's not going to be stubborn like we are about boss. Pick up some potions.
We like how Sloater still only has 4 E-tanks in Super Metroid. It's Sloater, so that's more than enough health, but... Sloaters went out of the way to pick up that piece of heart, which either means that Sloaters had forgotten what was there, or Sloaters is intentionally trying to pick up as much health as possible for Link to the Past. The Metal Pirate is trolling Sloaters a lot.
And there's the grapple beam for AG. Very, very beautiful springball tech there, Sloaters.
That springball tech is...
Yeah.
That springball tech saves a second or two, and
Everybody likes to meme about Spring Ball, but it just makes for some beautiful tech.
We feel bad for anybody who has to get that for a world record.
We feel bad for anyone who has to get the reverse slinky record.
Wait, the big Q is that early?
Yeah.
Wait, AG is not going to the big chest.
Yeah, so it's before the dark room, so how did... That's just...
Yeah, so how did they not get
how did no one get
earlier?
Yeah, how was this not a pickup? Maybe chat can help us with some logic we're not understanding here, but...
And Wesker having to loop. Wait, did Wesker just lock himself out of there? Doesn't have a small key to go back in. May not have the big key.
He can always mirror out if need be.
No, locked himself out of the basement. Went through it. That created a one-way door because he was missing keys.
About to find out.
But does still have to get the red cane, so this is fine. I mean, AG still didn't open up the big chest. It was Eastern big chest where... Was it Eastern big chest where the flute was, or was that...
We don't know.
Or what's that pod big chest?
We don't know anymore. Apparently pod was boots. According to Keku earlier, pod was boots. So...
Yeah, boots were in pod dark room. Yes, he does have the big key. Yeah, the big key is way earlier.
Like really early on, which makes us wonder how sloaters didn't get it earlier. Like, there has been conscious decisions to skip that big chest.
Oh, flute was vanilla big key. Okay. Okay, so...
Oh, okay.
That's fascinating that the problems with those dark rooms caused the flute to be gotten at an hour and a half rather than 15 minutes. Antinomy gonna grab his boots soon.
Sloaters with the space jump. With the early space jump and just jumping right back out the door. He didn't want to go down that door anyway, it seems. Still no high jump boots for our runners either. And having speed, they've been having to deal with that really just terrible jump height this whole time in Super Metroid.
And they have speed booster too, which makes it even worse.
Yes.
Speed booster without high jump height is one of the most absurd things in Super Metroid. So this was not a gentle seat at all.
No, not at all.
And it's even worse because I still don't have any Link to the Past armor.
Well, technically Antinomy's got a shield.
Let's see how Wesker's cold stare goes.
And AG just now getting to Sid Kid there, and Timmy gonna find out that E-Tank too.
Grapple was in Eastern. Looks like AG might be making another attempt at ice.
Yeah, Sloaters
battle buying.
Speaking of ice, Wesker currently finishing off Fantoon's first.
That was a beautiful cold stare. We are going to step out for a second again, and hopefully we'll come back to AG with a successful cold stare fight.
Well, antinomy heading through Eastern Palace right now. Yeah, that was a really good cold stare fight there by Wesker. So looks like the red cane was found as well. So absolutely no ped requirement at this point. Feels Samus, man. Feels Lunk, man. Was really hoping for that Shacktol ped seed. So Wesker gonna be going into Meyer and going to be able to finish it off completely. Oh, Sloaters! Oh no! Unfortunately, too many spike hits and hit by one of those little fish things that come out of the wall. Ether is at Shacktol to the question in chat. And looks like AG's setting back up for that bomb jump. Sloaters back on those beeping strats. Gotta be a little bit.
AG went for the bomb jump again.
Yes, and
got it.
Successfully.
Sloaters does pick up the anti-fairy.
And antinomy currently dipping into pod. So, yeah, it's looking like AG and Wesker do indeed have silvers. They just haven't turned off.
So we're still curious to see how well Sloaters does against Cold Stare, Green Tunic.
I don't think he has any potions either, does he?
Because that could...
He's gonna have to be really careful.
Combat could easily decide this match. It looks like Antinomy's gonna finish. No, not finish. Pod.
And AG back in his fight with there.
Doing way better this time.
anything about Cold Stare. It's like a brick, but this is also typically where in vanilla you'd find your first tunic upgrade.
Yep. So, AG down to 1 Cold Stare eye left, and success.
Kapah.
Didn't even need to drink a potion.
Yep. Very nice fight. Gonna be rewarded with the small key and a crystal.
What is Antinomy looking for in...
Boots. Boots
already has boots.
Looking for something else of value? Question mark.
Their team does not know where the red cane is, so...
Yeah. Where was red cane anyway?
Ice.
Ice. Figured.
So, Sloaters and Antinomy are up 1 Ridley, and they have 8 crystals, versus AG and Wesker have...
Still Ridley left to do. Well, Wesker has a Dragon, and he has a Ridley left to do.
Oh, we didn't notice the Dragon.
Yeah. I guess that looks like it's off.
But they are tied in crystals.
Yes.
But they are missing an ether. Yep, and Sloaters has found the red cane, and Antinomy is leaving Eastern. Or Pod. So... Wesker making very quick work of Virtuous with the silvers.
Phantom's third form here. 2 silvers finishing.
And Sloaters taking a death.
Vitreous. Vitreous going to hold just some missiles and, of course, a crystal.
So, we aren't sure how much... whether that was a full clear or if that was just a rush to Virtuous. We weren't paying attention.
We think it might have just been a rush to Vitreous.
Given that he's leaving, it was probably not a rush to Virtuous because they're still missing ether.
Well, that's very true. They do have to find that yet.
So how Sloaters does against Cold Stare could be a really big deciding factor. Just, that's not easy combat at all.
Well, also AG and Wesker have to suss out that,
Ether.
Check, yeah, Ether is in Shack Tool. Sloaters having to be a little careful here. We think honestly the call here would be to just go pick up some potions and come right back.
Yep. And not bomb jumping could easily be the right call because he has the big key, he has the red cane. You don't need to actually push the block.
Yeah, but to get down there quicker you have to have that, if I recall correctly, that's gotta be switched over. So if he doesn't do the bomb jump, then he has to go through the whole switch game. The whole puzzle game of that.
So Wesker is heading over to Dragon, which means that you might get the tractable check soon.
Yeah, and that right there is why they do the... Which really, you're right, you could just walk right down there and use the red cane.
Sloaters is gonna have to walk to the room over in the right to get the full magic. Sloaters not a big key for that room. Sloaters doesn't have an... If Sloaters doesn't have a potion, Sloaters won't be able to break cold stairs out of shell.
If there's a stun he can get somewhere.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Stun prize.
Stun prize.
That'll do it.
Yep. Full magic. Decides to tug on the tongue there. Finding no success, gonna have to play whack-a-mole and pick up this giant brick.
And there we... Oh no, that's Antinomy. Shacktall check, not Whiskers.
So the Sloater's back at Cold Stare. There goes one puff. There goes two.
And there goes all a Cold Stare.
Maniacal, yes, stun prize is full magic.
No, you can't stun prize the jellies, you're right. So that had to have been a random drop. So that was incredibly lucky for Sloaters. Antinomy is very close to soft locking, but is not going to. Or not soft locking, but not being able to get through.
Get out? How's he gonna get out? Does he have spring ball?
Wall jumps.
Oh. Duh. RPGs, hello. Yeah, that's very much akin to... Was that boots? Oh.
So, Sloaters is gonna do Meyer next, and then... TR last, and... At this point, the Sloaters and Antinomy's race to lose.
Yeah.
They know where everything is. They just need to not die.
That can definitely be the hardest part of a game sometimes, though.
So all these runners are putting on an amazing show. Make sure you follow them, as well as our co-commentator, Empress Poppy.
Yes, and make sure you follow Freya's Spirit as well. There's like a whole bunch of links for you that'll get you to including the tracker. Don't forget to follow the trackers as well.
And the restreamer.
Yes, and the restreamer.
You can pick up that block in the middle of that room in Meyer? That was not something that we'd known.
Yeah, it looks like Wesker's going to Shack Tool, so he's about to find that Ether Medine, which is going to be very, very beneficial.
And that'll be go mode for Wesker. Yeah, and then Wesker just has to... Wesker's almost done.
Yeah, he's just got to finish up Turtle Rock, and then it's right on to Ganon's Tower for him.
And then we expect AG to follow, just immediately follow to Shaktrol.
Yep. So having
Sloater's not going for the
Cape strats.
No, for the silver strats. Oh no!
God, we were just about to say Sloaters has to be careful here. Having green mail, Vitreous is quite the beast.
So AG's gonna head straight to Shaktrol after Lower Norfair. Oh, Eastern was a crystal.
Yeah. Yeah, so that had to get finished at some point anyway.
And AG doesn't have Swamp Done either.
Shoutouts to the follow there on AG's stream, whoever that is. Shout out. Dancing Samus. Dance, Samus, dance. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
So, let's see if Sloaters remembers the silvers this time. Yep, and AG is heading straight over to Shaktrol.
Were you talking about the red cane block?
No, the block in the middle of the room that Sloaters is in now.
Oh yeah, that's just like the ones in Ice Palace. Just have to have the right lifting level for it. AG killing the Ponkfish. It's okay, it's not fishy lofts.
Everybody's favorite fish to kill.
You mean Ponkfish, right? You mean Ponkfish, right? Why do you do this to us?
Some animals are worth saving, some aren't.
Yes, Fishy Loft is the only one worth saving.
Sloaters does remember the silvers this time. Very, very easy Vitreous fight.
And down goes Vitreous.
They could kill Mother Brain right now if they wanted to.
Yeah. Typically to save for last, though.
Because you have to save the animals.
If only y'all could see our facepalm right now. Like this is the Janeway facepalm. It's the eye roll.
Oh no! Antinomy taking a death in ice. Ice Palace has not been nice to everybody today.
No, Ice Palace has definitely been a beast.
We think Wesker is the only person who didn't take a death in ice. So the two males have to be somewhere. We have TR and GT left, basically.
There's also Pedestal.
There is Ped.
Did Wesker take a death in Ice Palace?
We don't think so.
I don't think he did.
whoever has a copy of the ROM that they're using could search the ROM file for the flavor text and tell us and find out for us what's on PED.
That, yeah. Although we highly doubt they generated with the spoiler log.
You don't need the spoiler log. The flavor text has to exist somewhere in the ROM itself, so you can figure it out just based on the flavor text. Checking the ROM for the racers is definitely not legal, but checking it for commentary or just to share it with chat is perfectly okay.
Sloaters, did you just like... Oh, you hit the wrong one.
So no spoilers, but at this point we know where. But at this point, they're already in go mode, and nobody's gonna check PED. So if you're super early on, then we definitely would be against checking it like that. Black Moon, we can do better than that. We can destroy 2 planets for you. Or 8 planets in this case.
And Wesker currently fighting off these chain chomps, unfortunately taking a death. Chain chomps are no joke.
What's the point? Curiosity.
So both Sloaters and Wesker are currently going through Turtle Rock right now. Just gonna completely go mode right through it. Oh no! Unfortunately, Wesker taking another death to those chain chomps. We wonder if he picked up the cape earlier, or if he has the blue cane. Those would definitely be solutions.
Almost certainly has the cape.
Yeah, if he continues to have issues, that can definitely be a solution there.
So at this point, the runs to watch are antinomy versus AG, because Sloaters and HFC and Wesker are really close to finishing.
Sloaters gonna go ahead and use that potion, and Wesker getting here with much more health this time. Wow, those chain chomps do a lot of damage. Holy heck! Like, that is way more than we thought they did. Sloater's gonna go ahead and fully heal back up with those fairies, the anti-fairies.
So we are halfway through Turtle Rock and there's still no blue mail yet.
And Wesker currently in the newly coined Red Hot Chili Pipers room, as is Sloaters.
It looks... Is Wesker going to actually check the chest out there? We think you have to, right?
Well, it's half magic.
Needed small key.
It was, yeah.
Is that not a check at the chest in the center?
We're not sure.
Couldn't...
We don't know the key logic for most of these dungeons. No, OG, not Red Hot Chili Peppers, Red Hot Chili Pipers, because of the pipes.
AG has the big key and is going to check the vanilla big key location in Meyer.
Just the compass in the big key chest.
Oh, we see. That chest in the center was behind a key door, which means that it could, if it was a key, then you just can skip it.
Huh.
And Wesker is sufficiently comfortable that no need for armor.
The fact that some people are able to do this room blind, that Wesker and Sloaters are in, like with no lamp, is just baffling.
There's actually fairly few inputs that you actually need for this.
It's a visual comfort thing. Like, if it's something we grinded out and had the muscle memory for, then yeah, but it's...
So...
Antinomy done with Ice Palace.
Antinomy has 2 more crystals to grab. Meanwhile, AG has 1, 2, 3, 4 more to grab.
So, Trinex fight by Wesker.
Wesker incredibly comfortable, not even going to attempt to... We don't think Wesker even checked Laser Bridge.
Nope. He has no real... Well, aside from mail if he needs it, but...
And nothing in Laser Bridge.
Yeah, he clearly doesn't need the mail, so...
So that means that we have both the armors in PED or GT.
Well, at least one of the armors has to be in GT. There could still be one on PED, but...
Are there any overworld locations which haven't been checked?
Not that we can think of.
And we're gonna have our first entrance into GT. AG going for the Cape Strats.
We like that.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, we like the Cape Strats there. Right, so 249, and Wesker is getting his access into Ganon's tower. Y'all, those guesses in chat, where you think the big key is gonna be? Our guess is always tile room. Phrase, where do you think the big key is gonna be?
We'll go with the first chest.
First chest.
Oh, there's...
There's a...
Oh, Wesker... Oh, was blue mail at Trinex?
We actually didn't see what was at Trinex.
It had to have been blue mail.
Yeah.
So blue mail at Trinex, and then red mail right afterwards. Poor AG and Sloater is having to do this in green mail.
Oh, we're about to see what Trinex did indeed hold.
So AG might just go straight to Trinex right now for the blue mail before doing anything else.
Was indeed the blue mail, yes.
Yeah, we really like this play from AG. Going for Trinex right away to get the blue mail before trying anything else. before doing Swamp or Mire. Or no, AG just did Mire before doing Swamp then. Just a little bit extra safety.
Sloaters making his way over to Ganon's tower himself, going to be getting his access. The crystals start spinning. 250, 50, 250.
Sloater's gonna be very happy to find the red mail so early.
We hope someone's been keeping count on these chests, because we have definitely not. AG going to be starting his Turtle Rock.
And AG has the advantage of... Wait, did AG do Swamp already? AG got
Yes.
the Mitch from Swamp.
Yeah, AG.
Okay. And AG also did Eastern, right?
We did Mire.
Yeah, AG. We definitely remember arguing about the Eastern big chest for AG. So
Yeah.
yeah, so this is AG's last crystal.
Huh.
This is AG's last crystal. AG and Wesker are ahead.
Indeed, antinomy gonna have to motor mad fast if he wants to catch up. Important to note that this is, we believe, our first elimination match of this tourney, so this one is for all the marbles this go around for these two teams to move on.
Oh, poor AG with the torches.
Yeah, AG still has Lord Norfair to do, it looks like, as well. So.
Oh, AG... No. We thought AG did lower Norfair.
Did he beat Ridley? He must have if he did lower Norfair.
Yeah. We can't imagine him not having done that.
Yeah, we think we saw him exiting lower Norfair.
He has Ice Rod.
Yeah,
he has Ice Rod, so he definitely entered lower Norfair.
Yeah, he definitely entered lower Norfair.
This is amazing. AG and Wesker could get the upset in the first round of the elimination matches. That would be a really awesome upset.
Well, and that skeleton almost like super bodying AG there. That can be a really, really trolly skeleton. Bob getting turned into a fairy. Didn't actually see if it was really Bob.
AG playing it super safe here with the cape strats.
Certainly don't blame him. These chain chops hit hard.
And are very trolly. Oh no, gets booped.
Oh gosh. Whew. Okay, he's through.
So AG won't need to clean out Laser Bridge at all, which will be an advantage. And can just powder the fairy. The anti-fairy.
Depends on his magic. No, he's not gonna be able to. He's gonna
Potion?
have to find some magic first. He does have a potion though. And it's a blue one, so that's perfect. The one time a blue potion is actually able to do everything.
Ooh, now can do the anti-fairies? And AG knows exactly where everything is, so it does not have to mess around with anything unnecessary.
I like that name for this room, Red Hot Chili Flavors.
And this should take AG to full health.
It's looking like the big key we're hearing in chat was in chest 21. Chat.
This is a really close race. This is a really close race.
And antinomy just blazing his way through here.
Yeah, antinomy is about a room behind AG.
Yeah. Antinomy's made up some serious time here. Well, it's more than a few because he's AG's already been through this room, unless he did a backtrack somewhere that we missed. Oh, and Wesker takes a death.
No.
Fairy, he has a backup fairy. Very nicely done. Jeez. Gosh, that's a death of fairy and quite possibly here a blue potion as well for Wesker. That would be really unfortunate.
So the one thing that they do have going for them is that because it's when the last player finishes, that does mean that Wesker could die a few times and it wouldn't slow them down at all.
That is a death for antinomy. Very unfortunate for him and his team there. Especially
in such a close race.
Yeah, this is really close. Deaths definitely matter here.
AG can just walk straight across that room because he knows exactly where everything is. Oh no, AG misses the switch. AG?
AG taking a fun little dark tour around
AG didn't hit the switch.
He's gonna get jigated. They're very, very unfortunate that he didn't get the switch there.
That's just nerves. That's just nerves at this point.
It's just.
Oh no!
Fortunately, he misses it again.
Now the switch is hit.
Yeah. Yo, Link Force, thank you so much for the bits. Bit hype by Link Force there.
There are the high jump boots. There are the high jump boots.
Oh wow, that was a nice land loss there, but there's... And that's Trolldorm 2 down for Wesker.
So AG does decide to take the checkpoint. We aren't sure if antinomy will.
We hope y'all have already followed these runners because...
And antinomy is clearing Laser Bridge.
You are definitely not wanting to miss this action at this point, that's for sure.
Oh, antinomy needs a key. Antinomy needs a key, and we aren't sure that he's tapped the checkpoint.
There it is. We were about to say that say to Keku that it could come down to finding this key, but...
Okay, there's a potion. Antinomy's good. This is wonderfully close.
Alright, so that's Agate 2 down for Wesker.
Oh no, AG taking... AG is in one hit range.
So troll.
AG is one hittable right now.
Gosh, AG.
Got him.
Okay, got him.
Got him.
Antinomy now starting his fight with Trinex. Ouch.
Antinomy getting booped too.
Ouch!
Booped again.
And
Antinomy getting booped again.
Antinomy, please.
Antinomy didn't get the checkpoint, we don't think.
Oh gosh. Oh, but he's got a cape. Oh, jeez. Gosh.
Ah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that almost pushed him into the spikes too.
Spikes. Holy heck! Antinomy,
Wow.
please. Our hearts can't handle this. That was pretty lucky and pretty clutch there by Antinomy.
This race could come down to a baby skip.
Oh gosh.
This is an amazing race.
Unfortunately, Wesker missing the torch glitch. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, just gonna let that one burn out.
Oh no!
Oh no!
The good news is that Wesker has all the time in the world to finish this off right now.
Giving some tugs on that wall in frustration at falling. Oh gosh, that fairy just flies away. Boomerang it! Okay. Shoot it with the hook shot!
You shoot a fairy with a hook shot, you get healed. It's
so
almost
dark.
shooting a fairy with a bow, with an arrow, and getting healed.
That is so dark. In Z1, yeah, you just shoot it with an arrow and you get the health. In this one, you just shoot it with a hook shot and drag it to you. Turn into Scorpion. Get over here! Alright, so Big Pig round 2 for Wesker.
AG can just go. AG can just go straight to the big key. And it's not going straight to the big key.
He does still need some small keys.
You're right. Well, there's all the small keys he needs.
Antinomy is able to also do the same things. You throw it, then you walk.
And Antinomy didn't stop for the small keys.
Alright, so that's torch.
Antinomy is ahead right now.
Gosh, Wesker's switching over to that fire rod. He's gonna want to go to lamp strats here if he doesn't finish Ganon off here soon. Oh, Wesker.
So
Oh,
close. And there we go.
Whew!
Get your G's out in chat for Wesker.
Yep. Wesker, that scared us there.
Does Antinomy have enough keys?
We don't know. We will find out. We're going back to the light world to do the save and quit. For reasons unknown? Still wanting to search Link to the Past a bit? He's just gotta go to... Oh! Okay, never mind.
To Mother Brain.
Yeah, we thought... we had in our head that all he needed to do was just reset, and that would take him right to the ship, and we completely missed a step in between.
It actually might. We think that actually might, but we aren't sure if that's tournament legal.
We don't see why it wouldn't be.
So you can do the same thing with Mother Brain, and that was declared not to be tournament legal in the 1v1 tourney. Because that skips the entire escape. But we don't think that there was a ruling on whether you can do that for Ganon.
Yeah, so Keku's saying you can reset.
So you can reset after Ganon.
In the 1v1 tourney, you can reset after Ganon too, we think.
Yes, but you can't reset after Mother Brain.
That makes sense. There's still legitimate gameplay at that point.
Oh, Antinomy is way ahead at this point.
Oh, unfortunately, AG falling down there. Don't know if you can just take the chest bonk there, or the pot bonk, skull bonk, whatever you want to call it.
This was a really, really close race and really close to an upset. Could still be an upset.
AG!
Oh no!
AG, not like this. It's okay, you still got plenty of health. Oh no, the sloaters! Oh gosh, this is a really close race.
It is. Antinomy's getting tons of fairies, so Antinomy's not gonna die.
Apparently it's the second death on sloaters.
Second death on Sloaters Ganon?
Sure.
Wesker's gonna make a baby skip attempt.
And unfortunately not gonna get it. No, Sloaters with 3 hearts left. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, this is... playing for this long in a race where you don't know where your opponents are in a tournament match is exhausting.
Oh, and Sloater's trying to get the, one cycle there on Ganon.
Sloater's got two in that cycle, which is really good.
It is possible to get all 4 in if you continue to move closer to Ganon.
Really?
Fire arrows. Yeah, we've seen it double before. It's pretty impressive, honestly. But get those G's in chat for Sloaters, because down goes Ganon. Yeah, you just have to keep moving forward towards Ganon as you... so the arrows have less travel distance. Yeah, mellow Dopplers on Ganon, basically.
Yep, it is exactly Dopplers on Ganon.
Alright, so that's Mother Brain 1 down for Wesker. Gonna start that Mother Brain 2 fight. Pretty safe fight with the health he has. With his Super Metroid, anything can happen.
You say that now.
Well, like we said, anything can happen. Super Metroid.
Could take 3 double catch-ups to the face. Or
yeah.
3 triple catch-ups.
Yeah, that would be really unfortunate for Wesker.
But we want good things for the runners, so that it's not going to happen.
Also, possibilities of death at Mother Brain 3. Silly as that sounds, that has happened to us before. Very recently.
Losing a PB to Mother Brain 3 is never fun.
So we're happy it wasn't a PB. Yep, Paper, you are right, you can, but Wesker does have X-Ray, which will help out with that quite a bit, but it is still possible to get the baby stuck on Mother Brain's knee if you're not careful, so he's gonna have to avoid that.
So at this point, going for stand-up is pure swag. Pure swag at the risk of a soft lock.
We don't think we've ever seen stand-up make the difference between a win or a loss in a race, honestly.
Yes, you have. You commentated one.
Which one was this?
Wild.
Oh, yeah, okay. But, like... but, like, we mean when it's not a soft lock. Like, in regards to stand-up going correctly and not, mucking over the runner, we've never seen that. We don't think, the terminal race.
You're right that it wouldn't matter if he soft-locked because he's so far ahead of AG. But being that far ahead of AG also means that stand-up is pure swag.
Alright, so this is gonna come down to AG and antinomy here.
Antinomy has a significant lead.
Alright, hopefully Wesker does the right thing and lets these animals burn.
He has all the time in the world to save the animals.
No, you don't, Wesker, don't. No, you don't. There's never time to save the animals.
This was not a gentle seat at all. This is closer to the times that you'd expect from the 1v1 tourney.
Oh gosh, antinomy having some issues here with the Aga. Too close for those slashes. Not doing very well with his geometry. No, Keku, they're just vexing us is what they're doing.
Poppy's just trolling us. Poppy knows that inside they want to save the animals every time.
No, don't listen to that. Freya's is the one trolling here. The animals must die. Just like Ganon, who's an animal. He is a pig, and he must die as well. The only animal that must be saved is Fishy Loff. Alright, Wesker making the right decision.
And it looks like Wesker has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 3 minutes, 14 seconds, and 3 hours, 14 minutes, and 46 seconds.
That is one heck of a seed at 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Y'all get those GGs in chat for Wesker. Good job, great race, very nicely done.
At this point, antinomy is way ahead. This is the closest GSM race that we've commentated so far. It's wonderful. AG taking it nice and safe. We don't blame him at all. Especially this far into this, you're exhausted.
Alright, so that's Ganon down for antinomy. Get your G's in chat for him. Very nicely done there by... we'll hold off till he actually finishes it. Very nice Mother Brain 3 there by Sloaters. As antinomy goes into into Super Metroid.
So are we allowed to invite Wesker in for an interview yet, or do we have to wait until Maniacal finishes, or until AG finishes?
Looking into that now.
Wait until AG finishes? Okay.
Okay. So then, gotcha. Alright, so Michael just about to finish up Super Metroid here. Get those first tries in chat there for Maniacal. Sloaters doing the right thing and not saving the animals.
And Sloaters has finished in second with an official SRL race time of 3 hours, 18 minutes, and 18 seconds.
GG to Sloaters.
GG. We wonder how AG is going to react when he finds out that he was ahead going into GT. This was a really, really good race.
Yeah, this was absolutely amazing, y'all. Make sure you have followed those runners if you haven't already. And make sure you follow co-commentators Freya's Spirit. Make sure you follow the trackers. Make sure you follow the restreamers. Follow yourself.
Oh no! That was interesting.
No.
AG was in the process of falling and then died.
Oh no. It was very unfortunate there for AG. Fortunately, antinomy not getting baby skipped, looking left, the wrong way to be looking. Gonna lose 40 frames off of that. Still waiting for the day when that decides a race as well.
That would be incredible.
Antinomy doing a little dance before going into the refill area.
Four boops. Oh no, Ganon's still in this phase.
And antinomy going for the speed sub skip. Not gonna get it, just gonna blast his way through with ammo.
Gonna go for the springboard zub skip?
I was gonna go for the swag skip, yeah. That one's free though. You just kind of jump onto it. So that one you freeze the Zeb and then like you jump onto it and morph and you just get right through.
We have never actually done the Spring Ball Zeb skip.
You don't even need Spring Ball to do it, honestly. All you need is morph. You jump onto the Zeb and like you just kind of land on it, then you crash and morph, and it just brings you up into the Zebtite area, and then you just roll on.
AG taking it super safe at Ganon. Don't blame him at all.
Oh gosh, unfortunately having some issues here with the torches. Didn't get torch glitch either, so he might want to switch to lamp here.
He has blue potions.
Potion. Gosh, that ketchup beam almost plastering itself all over antinomy.
And we expect antinomy to actually go for. We do expect antinomy to go for stand up here, just because they don't know how far where AG is at. Yep, and there it is, stand up.
Ganon being pretty troll here for AG.
One. We think that was the first one.
That's really interesting that you can get Ganon just as the it's like when he how you can
Two.
hit him when with the spin slash and do it that way. You just kind of get him as the torchlight goes out.
And unfortunately, the torches are desynced, so that's giving AG more difficulty.
Yeah. Well, that's G for AG there. You gotta be careful. Wait for that bridge. I don't want to.
And there's the bridge. And a flawless stand-up, and...
Baby thumps in chat. Yeah, don't... Yeah, that was a really...
Playing it super safe on that transition.
Yeah!
If you do shoot during that transition, it costs you a couple minutes, the game going incredibly slow.
Well, it's definitely more than a couple minutes. You think that happened to John in the multi-category tournament, and he waited the whole thing out, and it was like a couple hours.
No, it was not a couple. It happened to us once, and we waited out, and it was single-digit minutes.
Huh. Interesting. Because it typically despawns Mother Brain, yeah? And,
No, it didn't despawn Mother Brain for us, it just kind of went slowly, and eventually everything caught up and it went fine.
Well, not like despawn, but like her head and legs kind of seemed to disappear, but like her body's still there. Oh, there you go, Maniacal's got more info on it in chat.
Oh, John's... It can be a few seconds, but it can be over 2 hours. Interesting. Yeah. Do you know what causes it to take different amounts of time?
Right, and that's Antinomy finishing up in third place from the official SRL time of 3 hours, 24 minutes, and 52 seconds. Get those GGs in chat for Antinomy.
We have one more chance to save the animals.
God, AG, don't do it.
Do it for Poppy.
No, we do not want you to save them, AG.
So hopefully we're going to be getting Antinomy and Sloaters in for an interview very shortly.
GG to both of these teams. Unfortunately, this is going to eliminate AG and Wesker, as this was an elimination match, but they still ran a very amazing and great race. Like this came absolutely down to the wire and Link to the Past, and this was a really close race, and both teams ran really well, and they both deserve your love and affection. So go give them a follow, and make sure to go follow co-commentator Phrase Spirit and the trackers and the streamers. Commentator Phrase.
Hello.
Hello.
Sounds like we have an antinomy here.
And the Sloaters.
And the Sloaters. How are you guys feeling right now? You have
Freaking out. Oh my gosh.
triumph here on this one. GG.
GG.
You guys ran a really amazing race. And Antinomy, our first question to you is, when you were picking up Varia at the chest, at the purple chest, and you left it behind, what were your thoughts when that happened, when you realized you forgot it?
Oh, forgot it?
So you'd actually
yeah.
have to pick it back up, yeah. Hello?
Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I had to turn down my music because I could barely hear.
It's okay.
So yeah. So I turned around. I was like, wait, what am I doing? Like, I was gonna go check the purple chest, but I was like, where did I leave it? I thought I lost my baby. It's like when you forget your baby in the. Well, I was gonna say in the car, but I didn't. But anyway, I was freaking out. I was like, what is it? I was backtracking everywhere. I was like, don't tell me I lost this for Sloaters again.
Yeah, because this wasn't the first time we lost the purple chest either. That happened in our first game too, so it was kind of a callback to that one.
Yeah, that's why I freaked out, and I made sure to like really just try to retrace my steps. I knew it couldn't have been like anywhere like weird, but I guess Sloaters told me like the fastest way to actually go about checking that chest. So eventually I just save and quit and then went to my house. Whew, hold on, I'm sorry. This is bad.
Yeah, this was a really good close match. Really happy we got to commentate it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad that you got to commentate it.
So did you think that you were ahead or behind?
Sloaters, what do you think?
I mean, like, in general, or just like towards the end?
Towards the end.
Towards the end.
Well, after Wesker finished, and then I finished, I was like pretty nervous, because a good like 5 minutes had gone by, and we still didn't hear about AG at all. So we were like just sweating towards the end, like we literally had no idea.
As you should have been. AG was ahead going into GT.
No way.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
AG was ahead. Unfortunately, he took a couple deaths to Ganon. Yeah.
He took you passed him in the GT basement.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary. So, woo.
It was a great race.
I was hoping it was. I knew that honestly, I knew that they were gonna be pretty good, but I wasn't sure either. Because I know Wesker loves doing these, and shoutouts to Wesker. And AG has been on the come up as well.
Yeah, he's improved a lot.
Yeah.
In such a quick amount of time.
I don't know, but Slotus was talking me through everything, and he was calming me down. I don't know why I'm freaking out. I guess because I'm just glad that I didn't let him down this time.
No, you didn't let me down the first time either.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess we spend a lot of time checking other spots. We're really trying to like cover all of our bases. Like we check this, and then we kind of think about what else do we have open. Maybe you can do this. Like we were really spread out, but trying to like eventually come together to whatever point, you know, that we could meet up again. But it kept spreading us out. Like the more that we found different stuff, like finding Titan over at Swamp Palace. Well, I think Sloaters, I think you were in Palace of Darkness or in Eastern at the time.
Yeah, something like that.
Like we were really just way spread out, checking everything. I don't know. I'm glad that it was a good race. And
so, Sloaters, you were the first one to actually to Shack Tool to get the Ether Medallion. We actually think that helped out quite a bit, just because Wesker and AG didn't get it for like I want to say a good 30 minutes to an hour after that. What like was it just in your routing already that you were gonna go up to Shack Tool?
Yeah, kind of. So like Sephi, he got into Meridia really early just because of the stuff he checked, and like we basically decided he would kind of do like the hundo route and like get everything, but then we kind of realized he like couldn't do plasma, and I don't know, I think he had ice so he could do Shack Tool, but I was like, all right, just skip that stuff and like we'll go and get it later. And then when I ended up coming through later on, I was like, well, I can kind of clear all this out now, so I might as well just like do all of it. So it just kind of worked out that way when I got there.
Yeah, that turned out to be a really big find. That we didn't know it was going to be that big at the time, that it was going to be entrance to Turtle Rock, but that was really important.
So AG has finished with an official SRL race time of 3 hours, 33 minutes, and 4 seconds. GG AG.
GG AG.
Yeah, GG. Like I think this was a pretty like even matchup for us. Like their knowledge of Super Metroid is about as good as ours, and I think that kind of goes the same way with the Zelda part.
mm-hmm.
I know Sephi and I aren't like super experienced with these. We're definitely way more comfortable with Super Metroid, and I think that's kind of how they are too. So we really kind of thought this would go either way, just sort of depending on what would happen.
We were hearing from chat, we think it might have been Elminster, was saying that Wesker was actually really, really knowledgeable with the Link to the Past side.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, I was thinking that he might have been, because like I said, he loves doing these. He was doing them when Lexo and Becky were doing them, maybe mid last year. Like they were going all in about it, and Wesker really dedicated a lot of time into these randos. I don't know how much in comparison to Lexo, but he knows a lot. And eventually, I think AG just recently picked it up, but for just barely starting them, or I don't know. He's been quiet on the Super Metroid side. I know that. The fact that he's really good at. I mean, he's good at randos in general. You know, he loves them. He loves playing them with his son. I don't know. I was really freaking out about how this could have gone. I think I was taking it way too calm at first, but as the race was kind of going on, I ended up getting more. It ended up getting more into my head.
So, what was your biggest fear in regards to item location? We know we were personally kind of hoping for Ice Rod on Pedestal, especially once Ether was at Shack Tool. Were you guys thinking there was going to be anything on Pedestal?
Honestly, like we talked about it early on after like I think I did like a pendant and then he did a pendant, and I was like, well, there's always pedestal, but you know, there's nothing in these pendants so far, and like, I don't think we really like mentioned it anymore at that point. We were just kind of more focused on what was like already available.
Yeah, for me, I was really hoping that there wasn't, obviously not pedestal. No one really wants pedestal. I guess probably my biggest fear was where Kane ended up being, because I hate having to go into the Ice Palace at all, especially that deep into it. That's pretty much right at the very end of Ice Palace. You know, it's checking everything.
And sorry, go ahead.
No. That's all I was gonna say.
Are we allowed to come in?
Yes.
Yes.
Looks like we've been
Yes.
joined by AG and Wesker. GG to the both of you. Unfortunate on the loss, but you guys did run an absolutely amazing race. So GG to you guys. You did fantastic.
Thank you. No, we won. We won.
No,
for
okay, that's it.
ourselves. For ourselves, we won.
I love you guys.
We made a big improvement from our first appearance here last week. So yeah, we're happy with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with most of. First of all, GG guys. If I'm going to lose to anybody, it's two of my favorite people on Twitch, and that's Stephanie and Sloaters. I really like them, and I just wanted to say, Freya's and Poppy, thank you so much for doing the commentary.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, thank you.
We had a lot of fun.
I can't wait to watch it back. And the last thing I want to say is I want to thank Wesker. I've only been doing these about 7 weeks. You know, Freya's, you helped me out when I was starting.
Yeah, we were watching you starting. We told you about these, and you did a 9-hour seed in a single day. And then the next day you did another 9-hour seed. And the day after that you did another 9-hour seed. And it's really awesome that you loved these enough that you've kept going.
Oh my gosh.
Wesker has dragged me along a long way. I kind of got embarrassed in some of it because, like the Ice Palace thing, and then I've been working on A Link to the Past so much, it's like I've forgotten all my Super Metroid stuff.
And see, Super Metroid was rough. Like I'm so glad y'all don't use our mics during that amphitheater fiasco I had going on. That was madness.
But I really had a good time. It was great, and congratulations, you guys.
Yeah,
I'll be rooting for you.
No, I mean, Sloaters, go ahead if you have just something to say.
I mean, just GG, guys. I was saying earlier, like, I felt like this was going to be a really close matchup no matter what. And, like, towards the end, after Wesker finished, like, we were just so nervous. We had no idea where you were, AG. Like, any moment, you probably could have just been done.
Yeah, I've been trying to, I've been working a lot lately. I hadn't had time to work on the gauntlet strats and all that going through Ganon's Tower. And Wesker told me right before I got online that I was actually ahead going into GT, which
well, I heard in the interview, after the race was over,
you were right, man. I should have practiced the strats. I'll take what I got.
It's all good.
But no, good. I had a blast.
I'm happy. Like, man, that was good. I'm on like a natural high right now, dude. You did good.
To whoever followed me, thank you so much. I have no idea who you are. I'll have to look back on my Streamlabs and see, because I had my screens covered. I could not see my OBS. I didn't see the notification, but thank you.
Man, I don't know. I love Wesker. I love AJ.
Oh, I love you too, man. Yeah.
Like,
you love us both. Okay,
I do.
You were about to propose to me, man.
No, that's after. That's post
right.
interview. Yeah, I don't think chat deserves it, and neither does like any of Speed Gaming. Really, all this intimate stuff.
Unprivileged.
Sorry, chat. Yeah, they are. No, but I mean it, because honestly, Wesker, AG, both of them, just really. If you're in the Super Metro community, you know who they are, and they deserve more exposure, because Wesker has been such a really amazing SM runner that I still feel like he left you left too soon. That's what I'm trying to say.
I need to meet this guy, man.
You need to be like at a 46, man. And then AG is a god at randos, at anything that just hearing that you stuck out 9-hour seeds back to 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 back is incredible. But I know that you'd be the one with the mentality to do it because you also are the one to kind of stick through those door randomizers as well. That everyone else really does not have the patience for.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not
like
even
I've
gonna...
been showing. Well, like I've been showing AG stuff in a Link to the Past. He's been showing me stuff in Super Metro Randos I didn't know. Like we had a goofy seed last night where I was trying to get the GT. I'm above GT's head. I didn't know you could shine spark up there. I didn't know that. I learned that last night. So yeah, we're teaching each other stuff, and yeah, well, AG's come a long way though. He has. I push him hard, not too hard though, but we've been having fun. And like you said, I've done a Link to the Past randomizers. I got into for a little bit. I just started playing these about maybe 3-4 weeks ago, and I'm not a big fan of Super Metroid Rando, but the combo it's pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, the combo is where it's at. It really is, and
Yeah,
we're not going to talk about the 14-hour seeds that none of y'all saw. Because I was not going to broadcast that. Go ahead.
The Super Metroid side of the combo randos is really fascinating because the portals are what make it, because the portals allow you to get to a bunch of places without Morph Ball, which really opens up the logic in fascinating ways.
Yeah, you're right. That's another thing I'm getting used to is making the best use of the portals and how to get back and forth. That you're right about that. That is.
Second,
And learning to follow the logic is a big thing, like you told me, Freyas. Learning to follow the logic is a big part of it.
Now, I was going to ask Sephia, did you consider crystal flashing to Shack Tool at your first trip?
That's the first thing that always pops up into my head.
Same. I even asked AG. I was like, dude, I'm down to 1 tank. Should I go for it? And we're like, nah, we ain't found grapple yet. So yeah, then that was our go mode item. Funny thing is, we thought we were in go mode when we got the red cane. And then, like, maybe 10 minutes later, we're like, oh, wait, we still got Turtle Rock. We got to get Ether. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were going at the moment that Sloaters found Red Cane. Because he's the one that said it.
Yeah, I heard in an interview that y'all found it, like, 30 minutes before us. Jeez.
What?
What y'all doing slacking around for so long? Letting us catch up.
What the heck were we doing? God. At the end.
But no, congrats again on the win, and I'm losing my voice. Y'all know I stream for maybe an hour when I do, so yeah, talking this long, oh yeah, I'm getting the coughs. I'm trying not to cough in mic, so yeah, I'm losing my voice. But GG again, Freya's Poplars, thanks again for doing the commentary.
Of course.
And I'm gonna go and log off.
GG, that was a really, really close and wonderful race. So thank you.
I did have a ball and cold stare. I had a ball and cold stare. Kill Bill's butter. So yeah, but I can't wait to watch the replay. Looking forward to it.
As we're closing up, make sure you follow these runners and our co-commentator Poppy.
And make sure you follow our co-commentator Freya's Spirit. Thank you all so much for showing up. Thank you, Antinomy, Sloaters, AG, and Wesker. It was an absolutely amazing race. You guys did fantastic. Once again, GG. Don't forget to give the trackers a follow. Don't forget to give these a follow. Follow your hearts. And we've been Poplars, and we will see you next mission.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, guys.
GG. Good night.